Hi everyone, it's Vickie Kello, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane. Just trying to find us on the iPad so that I can see. Don't know how quickly this is going to happen. There we go. I know there's been a bit of a delay with my iPad. Hi Megan. Hi Sue. Hi Kerry. Hi Glenda. Everyone's on. All right. Let's move those out of the way. I had to do a very big cleanup of my desk. Hi Myrtle. Today, because I had stuff everywhere. Hi Nita. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Did we all have a nice Valentine's Day? Oh, it's been busy. Glenda, very busy. Hi Lisa. And then we've got just a lot going on at the moment. It's just a normal day. Yes. So, thanks for sharing, Sue. So I don't have a lucky door prize because I didn't do a video last week. Oh, I got some chocolates from Hunter because him and Adrian went to the grocery store yesterday just to get the fruit for like school lunches and stuff, and then came home with some chocolates. So Hunter's like, this bit is for you. These chocolates are for you, Mum, and these ones are for sharing. These are for all of us. So I got some Ferrero Rochers for me, and then I have to share the Maltesers that I got. That's fine. And then I made the boys cards, which I showed you a couple of weeks ago, and things, and that's it. We don't really do too much else for Valentine's Day. I made all the kids at school a little, hi Shauna, a little treat that had 3 Kinder chocolates in it, and I've got 4 left over after all the chocolates that I had to buy. And they were the sweet treat boxes that come with the Sweet Conversations suite in the new catalogue. So I just put them together and a little bit of ribbon, the paper and then ribbon, and gave them all out. But I don't even have any to share because I was going to show them to you last week. I took a picture, but I haven't uploaded it yet. And there's none left because Hunter's actually got 30 kids in his class this year. So I only had 30 to give out. So I don't even have a spare. So that's okay. And then I have got one little thing I can show. It's not finished, it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to not have my tower of stuff tip over here. So I'm in the process of making, so I made little treat boxes for my husband to take to work. He ended up in hospital this morning at 4 a.m. Oh no, Megan, I hope he's okay. Good now, but not back at work. Oh. So I'm making a bit of a folio. So it's a work in progress. But how do I get that out? I bought the tutorial off the person Dawn's inspirations. So I'm following the tutorial and making it my own. So I need to finish it. So I haven't done too much. I've only done a couple of pages, but this has got a little pocket in here. And this flips here. And that's another little pocket. So like I've got the white pieces here ready to go. I just need to decorate them because obviously I'm blending and colouring the white cardstock because I'm not using DSP. So each piece is taking a little bit longer to do because I have to do one piece at a time before I kind of stick it down to work out where it goes and which way it goes. So that's that, and that's the back. So all the pages will look a bit similar to that. So that is using the new Ranunculus Romance set. So I liked this. It's a bit vintagey. So I got the idea, like the tutorial for the folio is from Dawn's Inspiration. She's not Stampin' Up. She's just a person that does a lot of scrapbooking and tutorials. I made the paper, Sue, and then I kind of got the idea of the layout of the stamping and stuff from, I think her name's Lisa Freeman. She did a card with the Ranunculus Romance in blues and stuff, but I thought I'd try it in pink. So, yes. And I embossed in gold where she embossed in white and did like the emboss resist technique. So that's what I've been working on in the background. And now I don't know where that's going to fit. And I know there's probably going to be some questions because I had payment for the March 12th class due yesterday and I haven't put details up again about it. And I'm not sure we're going to have a March 12th class, which is why I haven't put details up about it, because I've just got a few other things happening at this point with some study and a couple of other things happening at home that I just don't know that I can get a class out for March 12. So those that are waiting for my class, that's probably why you haven't seen any communication or anything. I was trying to do something over the weekend and it's just not happening. So I am making a decision today that there will not be a March 12 class. And we'll see what happens for the end of the month because I've got another class the 26th, I think, due. So hopefully I will have something for that class. So tonight I'm going to use this Celebration set, this Driving By set. And then I do want to use this Seascape stamp set, but only for this splodgy stamp here. I don't want to use anything else from this at this point, but only for this splodgy stamp. So I saw this layout and I really liked it. So I'm going to do it with all three cars in, and I chose some colors that I don't really use very often: Magenta Madness, Rich Razzleberry, and Shaded Spruce. So I kind of think they all kind of go together as well. I think I need to change my blade in my trimmer. Thanks for sharing, Kerry. So I don't need that one. Let's do some stamping first because we'll have to colour. And I've got those. Got a couple of bits and pieces already. So I kind of thought that could go there, but the green one we'll just have on there. So hopefully everyone's had a nice week as well. I did miss you guys all last week. and I haven't even put this stamp together yet. So let's pull this apart. And Celebrations now has been extended until the 16th of March for the South Pacific because we had some inventory issues trying to get some stock, which is good. So if you wanted some stuff and you haven't put an order in, you do have until the 16th of March to put that order in. And so this is one of the free level 1 celebration items. Hi, Angie. I don't stick the stickers on the back of my stamps. I find they stick well enough to my blocks without them. And it's only sometimes if I stamp upside down does it really matter with the words, but most of the time it's on a label and doesn't really matter. Which labels have you used there, Vickie? I have used, I've pre-cut them. These are my most favorite, I think. Stitched So Sweetly. So I really like this set. It doesn't coordinate. I think when it first came out it coordinated with a sentiment stamp set, but they've kept this in without that because I like the scalloped stitching in the rectangles and then the different shapes. So this pink and rich raspberry, they're in the bigger outside bit, outside label here, and then this white one is as well, and then the smaller ones are the next size. So they kind of layer, even though they're all different shapes, they fit. And then this is the one that I'll be using for the sentiment, which is the smallest one here as well to give the stitching. But I think these are really good and I use them a lot actually. So I think we're going to have that on there. Now this one I'm going to do a bit of masking because I don't actually want the presents, like they would be Christmas presents or what on there, and I don't want them on there. Have you worked out March classes? I've just said Megan. So the 12th of March class won't be happening because payment was due yesterday to make sure we get stuff in time, and I haven't organised it, I haven't done it, but there should be a class on the 26th of March, but I will let you know. I was going to put a message up on the private group just to give you guys a little bit more details, that I don't want every Tom, Dick and Harry knowing what's going on. But there are a few things going on at home here that's making some classes and stuff a bit difficult, and my study has started again. But it's my last subject, so I want it done and dusted. I'm going to stamp this one. I rocked that a little bit. And I'm just going to clean that off. Did you pass the other test? I haven't got the results yet, Meg. Lisa, the 22nd of February. So when's that? Next week, I think. Or the 14th. Yeah, so next Tuesday I should get the results and stuff. I don't know why it takes so long. So I'm hoping I passed, but that's the test that I did when I was still recovering from COVID and was really suffering brain fog. and couldn't remember very much, so I'm not actually too confident. So, like, even tonight, we were dishing up dinner, and I just stood there looking at it, and Adrian's like, do you want these tongs? And I'm like, I seriously did not know what the next step was. Like, I couldn't process how I was going to get dinner onto my plate, which sounds weird and is very embarrassing because I'm just standing there looking at the plate like something's wrong with me, and I'm just like, I can't focus at all or even remember what I'm doing here to comprehend what the next step is. So what I'm doing here, because I don't want the presents on this, so I'm getting a piece of post-it note, and I'm just going to cover that bit up. I am studying a graduate diploma of financial planning. Alice, I don't think that's not going to stay there. That post-it note's not great. Let me go get something here. Probably saw my. So this is from Office Works, and it's sticky the whole way over, not just on the little edge bit. So these are better for masks because the whole thing's sticky, and that's a bit better. So then what you do is you ink it up, and then you need to make sure you remove this. Like the first time I thought I was super smart doing this, and I'm like, yep, how good's that? And then stuck it on, but I left the post-it note, and you leave all that yuck on there. So you need to remove the mask once you've done this. Hi, Amanda. To actually use that properly. So now I know some people have removed that, like cut their stamp off if they don't want to use that at all. I find masking better, especially because I do sell a lot of my retired stamps. So I know some people don't want to buy stamps that have been hacked or cut apart or anything. You can do that, or you can do what Alice says, like just wipe it. It's depending on how close it is to the edge and how accurate you are, you could get a baby wipe and wipe it and stuff. But I do find masking is a bit better and a bit cleaner. Thanks for sharing, Marilyn. So that's that. And then I'll just stamp our sentiments while we're stamping, because I did re-ink my memento and it will be a bit inky, and I don't want to be smudging anything. So I'm just going to use the sentiment same on all the cards. There is, whoops. Oh, thanks. You've got style, or driving by just to say hi. So I'm going to put driving by just to say hi on there. And that fits in this the smallest rectangle in this Stitch So Sweetly dies. So that's good. Fits nicely in there. And that is all our stamping. Where did I put the lid? For that, I can put that away. Now I've got the blends, so I chose my colours for colours that had blends as well. I'll go through and colour the tires first, I think, because they're all going to be black. Is this a light one? Light, yeah. I can't really talk while I colour because I'm concentrating and I just find it so difficult. So there's those tyres. So Hunter lost his first tooth today. So we'll always remember that. That happened on Valentine's Day. It's been wobbly since Christmas Eve. He woke up with a wobbly tooth on Christmas Eve, and it has been getting looser and looser. And then yesterday, he was pretty much having it like horizontal in his mouth, and I'm like, will you stop doing that near me? It's making me feel sick. And then I'm like, oh, that's not going to be very long before it comes out. And he lost it at school today. So it came home in his pocket in a tissue. So now the tooth fairy has to come tonight, so he's very excited. It's got a little pillow that says for the tooth monster or something, and it's got like monsters on it. He wasn't very happy with that. He's like, but it's a tooth fairy, not a tooth monster. But I think she'll still find it. We were hoping that it was going to come out before he went to school, because a lot of his friends in prep last year had already lost multiple teeth, and Hunter hadn't lost any teeth. So he wanted to start grade 1 with tooth, like that he'd lost a tooth, and it hadn't happened, but this is his second week of school and he's lost the tooth now. So this one is the one that's going to have to be green because we don't have a background. I chose colours that I don't use very often. This shaded spruce I think is a great Christmas green, but aside from that I haven't really used it on anything, I don't think. We all have a nice weekend as well. At least he didn't swallow it. Yes, Glenda. We were a bit concerned about that, and the ladies at it didn't happen at least until after school care. So, and the ladies there were getting a little bit excited, and then when they found out that it was his first tooth, they got very excited. Yes, I've had that ready for a couple of months now, Sue, so at least I wasn't completely surprised by it. Just colouring them. I think I'm going to do pink balloons though. I used to give the boys an apple to eat when they had a loose tooth. Well, Hunter has had a couple of apples, but he's been chewing them on, like biting them on the side rather than biting them with his front teeth. He has been really, like, he so wanted to lose a tooth, but he's also been really scared about it like hurting and things like that. So I think now that, you know, the monkey's off your back type thing, you kind of know what it's about. It might not be so bad next time. But he was a bit hesitant to brush his teeth tonight after he lost his tooth. Like this morning he was very careful, but this afternoon, tonight when he was having a shower, he's like, what if it hurts? I'm like, well, just brush around it. Type thing. I'm just going to get a light pool party. What's the going rate for the Tooth Fairy these days? I remember getting 20 cents. Yeah, well, I remember getting 40 cents, Megan, but I had to share it with my sister when it was my tooth. So, in fact, I really only got 20 cents and stuff because my sister and I are only like 10 months apart and things. So, yes, but I don't know. A couple of people that we were speaking to last year were saying one of the kids got like $20, and I'm like, $20? I'm like, is that just for the first tooth, or is that like for every tooth? And things. And then a couple of people said, well, it depends on how clean the tooth is as to how much the going rate for a tooth is. The cleaner the tooth, the more you get. I'm like, whoa. So, I don't know. Who else has got kids? My kids got $1, but they are late 40s. Well, I'm going to be 40 this year, Megan. So, Glenda, so your kids did better than me. Getting $1. I used to get 40 cents. I think when I got up to like a big molars and stuff, I might have got a gold coin. But prior to that, when it was all the little teeth, I only got 40 cents. So I don't know, does anyone have kids that had to do Tooth Fairy recently? I was gonna send a few messages around later. So I'm gonna have, I think, the combi band in the purple. So in rich raspberry. Gold coins, they didn't exist when I was a kid. I remember swallowing a 2-cent piece, or a 2-cent piece, because I was trying to hide it from my sister and I fell off the lounge. And I'd put the money in my mouth, and as I fell off the lounge, I swallowed it. I'm like, oh no. I am not sure I've ever used these rich raspberry blends because I just don't use this colour very often. All right. Hi, Chrissy. All right. So we'll use the dark one to do some of those details. Nearly done. Oh, look, nearly matches my nails. Doing the purple tonight. there's quite a big difference between the dark and the light rich razzleberry here. That's that one done. And then we're going to do the Magenta Madness for the car. Whoa, this light one's like hot pink. Love it. Oh, there's a little one there. Broke all my nails after you told me they look great. Oh, sorry. The Love Bug, was it pink? Oh, I don't know. Is that Lindsay Lohan movie? Beryl? Or are you talking like the really old one? I think Lindsay Lohan did a remake of it. My best friend in high school, this was her first one of these little bug things. I can't even remember what colour it was, but we drove it, or she drove it to school, and it used to conk out all the time. But I'd much rather do that than catch the bus. So we'd be stuck forever because it just would not go. But it was much cooler to drive to school than it was to catch the bus. The really old one, can't remember. All right, so that's the colouring done. And then, so what I wanted to do with the layout, so I'm using this black and white, so paper, because then it didn't really matter what, I think it was more pool party. Then it didn't really matter what colours I chose. So this is that host paper that you get free in the annual catalogue when you host a party or place an order that's over 250. So the Pattern Party Designer series paper, and you get like 48 sheets of 12 by 12. There's a huge amount of paper in here. I've had it all year, like even as soon as it came out last year, and I'm still not halfway through it. And I've used it in classes and lots of things. So I want a couple of strips, because I kind of want this as banners. So I'm going to do 1-inch strip for this. Oh, it's really hard to read the comments now because they show up on top of this paper, and it's really hard to read. And then I think I will do a 2-inch strip for these ones. And we need it probably about, we'll start with 5 inches anyway, because these cards are going to be landscape. So we'll start them 5 and then we can trim it down from there when I see them on the card. And then that one as well. Okay, so I'm going to pop that away. Now I have brought in my banner punches. So this, because we don't have the triple banner punch anymore, I use the tailored tag when they're too big for this, because I'm not very good at lining up banners. So I much prefer a punch that does the work, and then it looks good every time. So this punch does 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1/2 inch, but it won't do the 2 inch strip. So when we do the 2 inch strip, I stick it in and kind of line it up. It's good with the stripe on the bottom. Line it up, make it half, like as centered as possible, and then you can get your banner that way. You can sit there and cut it out manually if you don't have the punches, but I just find this works better for me, because when I sit there and try and cut in half and do it manually, it never lines up, and I end up with crooked banners and it looks ridiculous. So, hi Michelle. Right, so where did I put those cards here? So what I wanted, I've got the colours here as well. What I wanted this stamp for is to have the splitchy bits. So I think this is supposed to be sand, but I'm going to use it for, you know, because I can't control splitches on my paper. This way I can control splitches where I want, doing what I want. So I'm just going to randomly, I might stamp off, I think, with this pink, because it just might be just a little bit too much. Kind of want to do something like that. And then clean off that colour. Yes, Chrissy. You got me, reminded me that I haven't used it yet. So it's in my pile of things that I need to use. Hopefully I'll use the rest of the set as well, but tonight I'm just using the splitchy stamp because I like to be in control. And this way the splitches kind of get where I want them to get, not where your water marker or water painter or your marker throws the stuff. And when I do that, I get it all over the iPad, all over my desk. I'm not a messy crafter. I really do like the shaded spruce stamped off. Like, it seems to be such a different colour than full stamping shaded spruce. I love it. So we can put that stamp up there, put that away, and I think now we're done. We just need to lay all our pieces. We might be trimming that. We might be doing this actually. Now, I might sit that one there. These can be slightly different. And I don't know, that that might work there with the, let's put this green on here. Where did the splotches come from? The Seascape stamp. So this is in the annual catalogue, I'm pretty sure. I think that pool party doesn't look too bad with that. But we're going to stick that there, this there, and that maybe there. All right, so I think now it's just a matter of sticking them down and got adhesive there somehow. Then cutting the end bits off. Going to shorten that a little bit, take that off, and then just trim this just with my scissors. And then get some dimensionals. Well, actually, let's stick this to the paper before I start adding dimension. Whoops, turn that over. Then get, oh, I need the card front. I'm feeling very out of it tonight. Like really struggling to focus. Let's move that. And I want this to go landscape like that. Now we can get some dimensionals. Pull the backing off that. And oh, that is so cute. I love that pink. Is that a side effect of COVID? Yeah, I've still got a bit of the brain fog, which I'm putting down to COVID. Like some people only seem to have it for a few days. I got COVID the first week in January and things, but just the only thing, like I put it down to like pregnancy brain, and I thought that was a crock of shit until I actually got pregnant and then couldn't remember things. I like that. I'm going to finish that off with some gems. And that's the only thing I can kind of liken it to now, is that, which is very weird. But hopefully it comes back. because I'm not one to be like this normally. All right, we're going to trim that off as well. And then this one's just going to have, oh, the card front. I'm still sleeping and a lot and napping. COVID affects everyone so differently. Yeah, it's so hard. And I thought my big boss at work, I don't know, I don't think he did, but I don't think he realised how bad it was until he got it, and he's actually had some of the brain fog as well. And he's like, it's so hard, like you're standing there in a meeting and you're trying to remember people's names or what you're going to say, and I just feel like a dick. Like the whole dinner thing tonight, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, how embarrassing. I didn't know how to get the food from the serving dish to my own plate. Like, it was weird. Mower man. My mower man had it about 4 weeks ago and still gets very tired. Yeah, if I, like on the weekend we did a few things, and then in the afternoon I had a nap on the couch still and stuff because I was a bit tired. But and depending on how many meetings and stuff I have at work, as to how tired I get, like how much I have to concentrate type thing. If I'm just doing my own thing and what I need to do, it's like, it's not too bad. But if I've got to be in meetings and concentrate on what people are saying and stuff, and I had quite a few meetings today, and I think that's what's struggling now. I'm just getting a bit tired, so I'm not thinking straight. And then my cousin had like a sniffly nose. It was like she thought she had sinus, and that's kind of all she got. And I'm just like, oh, it's amazing how different it affects people. All right, so we're gonna put that one there. Can't pick that up. This one here. Yeah, see? Jack was all better a week later. And I know a few people like that too, Megan, that they were fine, straight up. So, it is what it is. Pop that down, card base, and then just need some gems to finish all these cards, because I can't really make a card without bling on it. Oops. Put some dimensionals on this one. Oh. Good job having brain fog. Thank you, Sue. Oh. And then get some dimensionals for this one. And I think, where are we going to stick this one on? I'm going to stick that up there on an angle. All right, let's get rid of this rubbish. Have you seen the box cards? They are really cool. No, I'm not sure I know what box cards you're talking about. Megan, let me get my bling. What bling have we got here? Let's use silver and epoxy gems. What are these? Silver and epoxy. Oh, they're little raindrop things. Let's use the silver ones. Oh, thanks, Megan. Oh, they're big. Let's use the diamond ones, actually. These are cool. What are these? Silver and clear epoxy essentials. They come in diamonds, circles, and like teardrops. I like these. They are beautiful. I may have to get... Oh, sure thing, Beryl. I found the layout. It was with a completely different card, but I found the layout on Pinterest, and I'm like, oh, I like that card. That should work with these. This thing, because there's heaps of... If you Google Pinterest, like if you go into Pinterest and you just put in... I always put Stampin' Up and then Driving By, and it brings up all the cards for that all the other demos have created and done and stuff, and I'm just like, wow, there's so many. And I didn't want to copy what somebody else had done, but I really like this layout, so that's what drew me to this one. And then I came up with 3 colors that I haven't used very often. So you are welcome to case away, Beryl. That's what we all do. My husband tells me there's only a certain number of ways you can cut a piece of paper and fold a piece of paper, so even if we're not trying to, we're bound to start copying somebody, or it starts looking like somebody else's design, even if you haven't, you've tried to come up with it yourself. There's only so many ways you can fold a bit of paper. I'm struggling to put these on. Oh, I haven't seen those gems. Well, I'm hoping they're still current, Chrissy, because they're in my pile and they're sitting here unopened. But doesn't mean that they're not current. I'm hoping they are, because this is the first time I've opened them. But somebody might want to check the catalogue to make sure they're still in. I'm assuming they'd be in the annual because they're in my pile that I've had a while. I have seen this DSP and I've only ever used a couple of sheets, so I better get moving with it. Yeah, you can also, Beryl, put in, thanks Alice, also put in like the pattern paper, like Stampin' Up, and then that, what is it, party pattern paper, and it brings up a whole heap of cards that have used that as well. Can you read out the code and I will check? They are 155 567. So 15557. But they come in silver and the clear. So they would look good on like as proper raindrops, but maybe on a coloured background so you can see them a bit more. So let's pop them up so you can see them properly. So same card layout and pretty much same materials, just different colours. And I used every car in the driving by stamp set. So, oh, excellent. Chrissy, they are still current, ladies, if you like them and missed them in the catalogue as well. Thank you. Ladies, you are very clever. So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you liked the cards and I'd love to see what you come up and create. And this is a free Stampin' Up set if you spend $90. So if you haven't got it and you want it, there's a free stamp set with any order of $90 of whatever you want. So just contact me and I can help you place an order if you don't use the online ordering system. And see you guys next week. Thank you.